Hey guys, Kevin here, and welcome to part 6 of the 2D game tutorial. I'll be taking over for Kat for the rest of the project, so let's get started. When we last left off, you guys ran through the UI system. In this episode, we're going to be tackling the item and pickups in the game. Right now, our character needs a way to restore health, so we're going to be creating chests and health packs around the map for the character to pick up. So first things first, let's create a chest. We're just going to right click, go to 2D objects, sprite, and just set the Z to 0. And now we're going to name this chest and have the tag be chest. If you don't have the chest tag, feel free to add it now. After this is done, we're going to go to sprites, items, click on the chest again just to open this up. We're going to click and drag the chest sprite over to the sprite renderer. Now we're going to want to set the sorting layer to enemy, and we're going to add the order layer to 1. This is just so that you can see the chest. Now normally we'd have more than just 4 sorting layers, but because it's a pretty simple game, we can leave it alone for now. After this, we want to make sure that our chest is interactable. We're going to add component, box collider 2D. We're going to add another component, rigid body 2D. We're going to make the rigid body kinematic, and this basically just means that when we touch the chest, it won't move or fly off anywhere. Really useful for when we want these objects to be stationary. That's pretty much it for the chest, so now we're going to move on to creating the health pack. We're going to right click, 2D object, sprite. We're going to name this health pack. And we're going to leave this untagged. Now we're going to do the same thing with the sprite renderer. We're going to small potions 01. We're going to move it to the sprite renderer right here. We're also going to need to change the sorting layer to enemy, but we don't have to do anything with the order layer. And there it is, our tiny little potion. We should also set the Z to 0. Cool. Now we can see it everywhere. Next, we're going to be needing collision with our potion as well. So we're going to add a box collider 2D. Make sure you check is trigger. This will be important for later. And then we're going to add a rigid body 2D. We're also going to make this kinematic. With this, we have the basic bodies of our objects done, and we're going to go into the scripts folder and create the scripts. First, we're going to create the health pack script, so create a new C# script and name it health pack. Alright, cool. Go ahead and open that up and delete the starting functions. Now we're going to create a region. Now we're going to name this health pack variables. And what we're going to add in this region is just a private int that keeps track of our healing. So we're going to name it heal amount. Cool. And this is just so we know how much the health pack will heal the player for. Then we're going to serialize it so that we can actually access it in the interpreter. So we're going to serialize field, and then we're going to add a tooltip just to say what this variable is for. And we will say that it is for the amount the player heals. Cool. Now that that's done, let's get into the real thing. We're going to add a region, and we're going to call it heal functions. And region. In here, we're going to do an on trigger, enter 2D. And basically, we want it so that when the player collides, specifically the player collides with the health pack, we're going to access the player script, heal them, and then destroy the potion. The way we're going to do that is if collision.transform.compare tag, we're going to say if this is player, then we're going to get the component collision dot transform dot get component player controller dot heal, which we made previously, and we're going to put in here heal amount. Perfect. And like I said, after this we're going to want to destroy this game object, so we're going to add destroy this dot game object. Perfect. That's all we're going to do for the health pack. Be sure you save that. And then we're going to go back into the scene and start the chest. So we're going to create C# script, and we're just going to name this chest. Perfect. Go ahead and open that up. And as per usual, we're going to get rid of these two starting scripts. And we actually need a way to access the health pack. So I'm going to start with creating a region called game object variables. We're going to end that region. In this region, we're just going to have a private game object, and we're going to name this health pack. We're going to serialize this and add a tooltip. It's just going to say health pack. Cool. This will allow us to put a health pack prefab into the chest so we can access the health pack whenever and create a new health pack wherever we want. Now that this is done, we can start with the actual functions. So we're going to create a new region and call this chest functions. And we're going to end the region. Now first I'm going to create an IE enumerator, and this is an artistic choice. And I'm going to call this destroy chest. So basically what I'm going to use this for is I'm going to have it wait a bit before it creates the health pack and destroys itself, so that we can have a little time in case we want to add some sound effects or a cool animation. You should do this for things that you feel should have a little bit more flair. You can think of this as the opening of the chest for Legend of Zelda or other things like that. And the way we're going to do the pause is we're going to add a yield return new wait 4 seconds, and I'm just going to put in 0.3 seconds. Alright, and then after this we're going to want to instantiate this health pack, so we're going to say instantiate health pack transform.position and transform.rotation. Now this just is going to make the health pack right where the chest is. And after this, we're going to want to destroy it. So we're going to do destroy this dot game object. Alright. And now we need something that'll call on this. And that's going to be an interact function. So we're going to do public void interact. And inside here, we're just going to start the coroutine. Coroutines are something really complex. We'll get more into it later on in the labs, but just don't worry about it for now and follow these instructions. Cool. Then we're going to want to go back into the scene, and we're going to want to add the chest script onto the chest object. There's an error. Yes, I have to make this into a script, into a string. My bad. Cool. Now everything should work fine. going to go ahead and add the chest to right here. You can see there's a little health pack. So let's add the health pack script to the health pack. We're going to set the heal amount to 3 for now, and now we're going to turn the health pack into a prefab so we can access it whenever we want. Boop, there it is. And we're going to add this prefab to the chest before we turn the chest into a prefab. There it is. Chest into a prefab. Cool. So now we can actually delete this health pack. And we're going to make a couple duplicates of the chest. Alright. I'm just going to put these up here for now. And we're going to want to scatter these around the map. So let's have chest 4 be somewhere over here. Right about here is fine. Let's have chest 3 be right over here. We'll have chest 2 be up here. And we'll have chest 1 be, we'll just have it be here, just for now. You can move the chests wherever you want, but this is where I decided to put them. Had an extra chest, so we'll just delete that. But yeah, that's all for this episode. See you next time.